Hey guys, Juice Me here. I just thought I'd make another video on my little base that I have. I've had a couple requests uh, wanting to see what kind of base I have. Well, the last one that I had was kind of like this structure in here, where there was stone all around, and then I could be able to see out there what they were doing. But the bottom of it was stone, and I had like a little house in the middle. This one I feel is much safer. This one I have same basic concept on the inside, and that was for general protection at the beginning while I was building this out here. This out here is a trench that's like 6 deep, I would say, and it has a bunch of spikes on the outside. Obviously it started off with these things on the bottom, but they are not effective at all. You can just stand on them and it won't hurt you. See how my health did not go down at all? So we decided to can that idea. This is on my server. Me and my friends decided to can that idea and put these along the walls for a much better defense. On top of that, we have the 3-block high reinforced concrete wall all around the outside. And on the outside of that, we have always the boarded windows with more spikes. It's like that all the way around this base, so even if they do manage to get through this right here, they'll just fall down into here. Not on this side really, they'll just do nothing to them, but on the other sides they'll just fall down and die on those spikes. I also have a block right here so I can walk along. If they break a block here or they break a block over there or something, I could just go and I could fix it during the middle of the night, so it's not that big a deal. Another thing is, farms they're worth it, because when you have a server with this many people, it is hard to even out all the stuff that you can get. When you're by yourself, it's way easier because you get it all. But when you're on a server with a bunch of people, you have to split it up, and it's much harder to get things. This is my little area that I have right here. The rest of the people, they have their own little groups of spots and stuff. Another thing I want to show you guys is TNT. I found out how to make. That's what the paper's for. Everything that's in the game, there's use for it. Like these, there's use for it. These, all of this stuff, there's use for it. I just haven't figured it out what these plants and these plants are used for. They're used for something. If it's in the game, it's used for something. Alright? But I'm going to show you how to make TNT real quick. To make TNT, you have to have 2 gunpowder in the middle, surrounded by paper, and then 1 yucca fiber on the top. To make yucca fiber, where is it? You have to have a yucca plant. Alright? Here, let me see if I can't find it. Yep, right there. You just put the yucca plant in the middle, makes yucca fibers, 4 of them. After you get all that, it looks like a normal block, but as soon as you place it down, it looks like that. Alright? Now, I haven't figured out if there was like a way you could light it and then run. The only way I've seen it been ignited by shooting at it. Nope, missed it. Makes a pretty alright explosion. It's good for mining if you don't need to pick up all the stuff. If you want to pick up all the stone that you mine, then I would suggest not to use that. One thing that I found was annoying was this thing right here. How you have wall torches. You get wall torches if you just pick it up just straight off the ground like that. It turns into a wall torch. A way I found to stop that from happening is, instead of just picking it up, just going up with like your bare hand and you punch it until it falls, and then it's just a normal torch. works way better. Another thing that I found really helpful was Venison Stew. Venison Stew is really great for food and water, but it costs a lot. You have to have clay bowls for one by getting clay. Clay you can find around sand, or if you just dig down a couple of dirt, you should find some eventually. Uh, you have to have clay bowls, bottled water, obviously venison, and then some potatoes. Best thing, because you can make 4 venison stew out of all of this right here. It takes 5 venison, but 1 of the other ones. After you make venison stew, you should be good for a while. This is good for a long haul. Like if you decide on going across the map or something, I would take a couple venison stew and like a couple of waters, and you should be fine for the whole across the map journey. Another thing that I found out about going across the map and these little beds when you wake up, or if you die you respawn on them, is if you go to your map. I have a couple of beds around, and before I thought it was just the first one, but I figured out that if you go to your map and you actually click on one, it'll circle it. So whichever one has a circle around it, if you die, that's where you're going to respawn. So that's very helpful if you decide to go over here and you don't really want to respawn over here, you want to respawn inside your little base thing. Way more helpful. Or if you want, like, say down here, I want to get to all this scrap metal that's around this area right here. I can just have nothing in my bottom inventory, go out and get killed, and then respawn right here, so it'll save me a lot of time. And I don't have to deal with all the zombies along the way and all that extra stuff. I can just respawn, and then I can loot whatever I need to loot, and then make sure nothing's in my hotbar or in my tool belt, and then I can just get killed by a zombie and then respawn over here. It makes things way faster. I use it as like a fast travel, because right now there's no real penalty of dying that often, other than you lose your stuff in your hotbar. Well, that's about it for today. If you have any questions, please comment. I will gladly answer them in a comment, or I will make another video if you really need it. Thanks for watching. Bye.